Welcome to the part two. You feel me? You watched part one, and now we're on part two. I just didn't want the video to be that long. If y'all wanted me to keep it into two parts, then you know what I'm saying, put that in the comments. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're watching the dark psychology of LooksMaxxing by our boy Young Don, the Sauce God. I don't know if he calls himself the Sauce God anymore, but that doesn't matter. We're watching the video. We're talking about looks maxing, and if you was here in the first half, then you would know what's going on. It's like we're like, why do dudes want to look so good? And we was just talking about red pill stuff. I kind of cut the video right in between us talking about the red pill stuff. So if that was a bad cut, let me know. But we're back. Let's finish this vid.
Bro. When she sees that you aren't like trying to control her, she interprets that as confidence because that's exactly what it is. People try to control that which they are afraid of.
Or pickup artists. The really early lot used to teach guys that it was all about psychological tricks and clever lines that you have to say to trick women into thinking that you were not a loser. So yeah, looks maxing is the current evolution of the previous Andrew Tate red pill ideology. And it makes sense, right? Because presumably, you know, young, nerdy, awkward guys, after going to the gym a few times, probably realized that they weren't going to get a Bugatti anytime soon,
Right,
and just
yeah.
wearing sunglasses indoors and doing this thing with your hands, it's probably not going to score like a Minecraft kid some supermodel wife. So looks maxing probably spawned somewhere in like the early 2010s. There was a website called puahate.com. Surprisingly, PUA Hate, which stands for Pickup Artistry Hate, was not in fact a website created by feminists to critique the objectification of women, but instead it was created by men critiquing the effectiveness of pickup artistry. These lot, right, who were going on PUA Hate, they considered pickup artistry a scam. They didn't buy the whole advice that you could just be more confident and that will get you women. They started to believe that attractiveness was biologically hardwired into you.
And I think that every woman who encounters me on the street is inherently disgusted by me.
God damn.
I'm physically unattractive. I'm visibly autistic. And I have no experience speaking to females. There is most likely not a single female on the planet that would
need
be
the
willing to
experience,
The
date.
problem is for a lot of these guys,
He beating himself up though. You automatically took yourself out the game. Yeah, he probably there was probably three instances in his life where he doesn't look old. He doesn't look older. Like he's had much experience in it. You feel me? Like he probably went through three experiences where it was three females who all just didn't like him, and that's tough. It really is, and I know that that's hard. Rejection sucks. Being seen as not attractive, not somebody that girls want to be like cool around, that sucks. It hurts. It does. But that's not every woman. It's not. It's billions of women in this world, brother. Oh God. It's somebody for everybody. I promise it is.
just their testosterone's too low, bro. Your testosterone's low because you're fucking yourself, dude. You're crushing your testosterone levels doing so much bullshit, man. You need to get your testosterone up. You get your testosterone up, bro, you'll just fucking kill shit, bro. I don't know how else to put it.
Me.
So yeah,
I
it
don't know much
was somewhere
about the
around the
test-
2010s where we start to
test
see
game.
the
I don't know
rise
nothing
of
about that.
incels,
I couldn't-
involuntary
I couldn't cut
celibates,
this-
guys
cut
who
nobody
believed
on
that they
that
were
test.
so biologically unattractive that they were destined to be celibate for their entire life.
That's
This is
tough.
often referred to as the black pill. The black pill accepted that there was no such thing as self-improvement. You are born as you are, and nothing can be done to improve your dating outcomes. But looks maxers, right? They were like a slight deviation of that style of thinking. Because whilst they believed the general premise of the black pill, that looks matter more than anything else, and that women are hypergamous pieces of shit, they, however, believed you could make improvements, but not to your personality, friend. No, to your face.
By looking good, they're going to assume that you get paid better, you're cooler, you're funnier. I was teased for certain things like my skin, my eye bags. Was I able to improve these things? Yes. Did it help my life? Yes. There are other things that you could do.
They all talk like they're fucking autistic, bro. They're all doing their best, like, what's that guy's name from that one movie?
I ain't gonna lie, hey, I would rather you be a LooksMaxxer than a black pill. Wha- I if you sit there and you come up to me and you like, bro, I'm just destined to forever be ugly and like I'll never ever ever change. It's impossible for me. I'm gonna look at you like, what, nigga? I wouldn't want to be around people like that. Like that's that's like a huge pessimist form. I hate when I'm around like like short dudes who be like, "Oh, dude, I'm short. Every woman hates me. I was born like this. There's no way it's gonna change." And then I go to like, and then I'm like, bro, like short people outside of social media, outside of like this virtual world, which is huge. Social media is huge. The internet is huge. It's like its own other universe inside of our universe. But guess what? It's inside of our universe. It's still smaller than what Earth really is. Short people on Earth has never had a problem with getting women. Look at Prince. The nigga in the first video who was grooving on bro, he was getting mad coochie, bro. Mad coochie. Who got more females? Michael Jackson or LeBron James? I couldn't tell you, but all I know is that when Michael Jackson walked into a room, at least 3 people died. That nigga had motion, and he way shorter than LeBron James. Well, bro, like being short not your problem. The fact that you think that you can't do it is your problem, bro. I promise it is. Turn up, nigga. Get up out your chest before I punch you, nigga. What's up?
The American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, right? They're all doing their best Patrick Bateman impression. They all want to get this fucking look on their hair. This is mostly a white guy thing, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? This is mostly a white dude thing. But yeah, but you do got black people who are getting into this shit as well. What does the black LooksMaxxer archetype even look like? Or like, who is their model? Who is the guy that they're trying to like look like? With the white guys, it's Patrick Bateman, right? Or Brad Pitt from.
I feel like what are black dudes trying to look like? I feel like a lot of niggas want to look like Young Boy. A lot of niggas want to be like Young Boy. NBA, excuse me, NBA Young. I feel like a lot of like young niggas like they look at Young Boy and they be like, yeah, bro, he got motion, he got game. I'm finna have people think I'm a YN. I'm another YB. Fuck is you talking about? Niggas be weird, bro. Don't look like Young Boy, bro. Be you, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
Fight Club. That's what you always see in all these edits. Or Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Who was the black guy? I don't fucking know. But yeah, they all sound like they're on the spectrum, bro.
That are quite effective that you could do today, tomorrow, this week to get immediate results.
Now, yeah, LooksMaxxing, it gets pretty extreme. And while some lads might take it with a pinch of salt, just, you know, get a good skincare routine and go to the gym and get a haircut, others might find themselves going deeper into this online world where they surround themselves with fellow LooksMaxxers who become increasingly obsessive, increasingly nihilistic.
Yeah, once you join a Discord, you know you've gone too far. Once you're joining Discords, bro, you've gone too far.
And increasingly harsh and abusive to each other. And I do really want to be clear here. Not every single layer of men's self-help is the extreme toxic form. The simple advice of go to the gym, be healthy, dress well, join social groups of people with similar interests, get a hobby, develop your personality, and importantly, speak to women. No, God! No! It's pretty good advice. But that's the thing, there's this old expression which is, once you get the message, hang up the phone. Right. Because the problem, right, with that very simple message is, you know, it's all nice and all, that's great, yeah, do all the things, but my name's GigaChad Jimmy69 and I want to sell you some shit. And so we see this really interesting thing, right, that is referred to, like in general business, as market incentive escalation and differentiation pressure. So what you see, right, is as those original self-help guys that tell you to go to the gym and, you know, get a hobby, as that market of, you know, creators get saturated, over time there is a market pressure to become more extreme in order to differentiate yourselves from your competitors and to sell new products. So if in the early days the obvious products was to make, I don't know, video courses and maybe even teach people, go coaching people to talk to women, well, the potential market for that is small and eventually will become saturated. But if you think about it, the customer base for maybe height growth pills, jaw strengthening machines.
Yeah, the height thing, bro. That's the one thing, like, I wish I could be like, guys, just do this and you'll get to... Yeah, man. That's the one thing where it's like, yeah, is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
But you can live stream this on TikTok and have a shop running. That market is way, way bigger and much less saturated. And eventually you find yourself in Poland getting leg lengthening surgery.
New at 6, people all over the world are enamored by a Riverdale man.
He just returned from Turkey where he had surgery to grow from 5'5" to 6 feet tall.
Wow.
I wanted to become the best version of myself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And for me, that included height.
So in order to bamboozle...
Bro, like I said in the first video, like, if you could pay for it, you ain't got no problem against it, do it. I don't care, bro. Well, not that it's my life and you should be looking for my validation anyway. But if you could do it, why not? I'm probably never go get height surgery. I'm okay with my height. I'm 5'9", 5'10" type shit. Like, I'm not the tallest nigga. I'm also not the shortest nigga. I'm at a good height. Like, it's cool. You feel me? Like, I'm cool where I'm at. I promise I am. But like, if your height is an insecurity for you type shit, then don't do that shit, bro. Like, no bullshit. Go get that shit done, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Young men into doing insanely stupid shit to make themselves better looking, these LooksMaxxers have to create a comprehensive...
I'm not hating on that shit no more, bro. Like, if a guy feels like by getting limb lengthening surgery, because the only reason you don't like it is because it's still fucking, like, weird. You know what I mean? Or rather, the science behind it, it still feels very barbaric. You know, like they're fucking cracking your bones and they're twisting shit and, you know, lengthening. But imagine if, right, hear me out. Imagine if there was like a 30-minute procedure where you were in and out. They like inject you with some shit like that, the Captain America serum or whatever the fuck. And then you go in, you're 5'7", you walk out 6'1". People wouldn't be saying anything negative about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dudes would be doing that shit all the time, bro. Let's keep it
that will be a reality, though. In like 50 years' time, it might not be in our lifetimes. It might be in our lifetimes. Bro, you gotta imagine how often things change in a matter of 10 years. Bro, look at what's different from today and back in 2016. Like, it's a lot of things change. It's a lot of new things. It's a lot of different crap out here. I promise it is. So like, and then imagine 2016 from 2006. Imagine 2006 from 1996. Like, these are huge a lot of medicinal, a lot of social revolutionary things that happen in between all of these timelines and in between all of these decades. Like, I promise you. And so what he's talking about where niggas could just get injected, you just go into somewhere and then come out a different nigga, it can happen. It might happen sooner than niggas think, or it might happen later than niggas think. But as long as it's an idea now, it can happen later. Not no cap. Absolutely. If more nigga like if more of the world was trying to be scientists and stuff like that and all of that, like we'd probably have so many revolutionary things already, like that we won't be able to get at least for like another 100 years, probably. Who knows? Okay, I'm rambling. Let's go.
Do whatever makes you happy, you feel me?
Of sales pitch, complete
That's
with
literally what I was saying.
pseudoscience and jargon. And so they created something called the
You don't need it. You don't need it, but if you believe you do, then that's all that matters. At the end of the day,
saying,
that's
bro.
the thing. That's
Bro,
what it all
I
comes
swear
down
to
to. If you
God.
believe you need it, then you will need it.
PSL scale. PSL stands for PUA hate, slut hate, and lookism, which is like racism for looks. The PSL ranks men from subhuman at the bottom all the way to Giga Chad at the top. Yeah, the Giga Chad is a mythical being whose jawline is so sharp that he could make a woman faint just at the mere sight of it. And these lot with their PSL scale, they have this hyper obsession over a very specific
This is the shit that makes people fucking jump off of a bridge, though. What the fuck is going on here?
type of male beauty. I mean, they fucking rate Ryan Gosling 5.5 out of 10. I mean, what the fuck, man? It's Ryan Gosling.
Said I don't know if I've ever been good enough.
And this right here is what they believe Ryan Gosling should look like.
And while facial edits often do look uncanny,
Oh! What is that monster on the right?
Face literally looks like a box, but I ain't gonna lie, I'll be the nigga to say it. Nigga on the right, this nigga right here, might just get more bitches. y'all can act like what they saying probably not true or whatever. But to be honest, it probably is. This nigga on the right, if these niggas was twins, if these was two different people and then they were twin brothers, and then I promise this nigga will probably get more bitches. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Don. I know you finna shit on him. I know the guy who made the original video is about to shit on what they talking about, the LooksMaxxers, but I'm gonna be the first nigga to say it. They probably correct.
and here's a concept of what Gosling might look like
He
at
looks
an 8
fake,
out of
though.
10. We can see his jaw gets more proportionate and robust, his chin shape is fixed, his eyebrows are fixed, his eye positioning is improved, his canthal tilt's improved, and all these factors contribute to a more harmonious face.
And the presentation and delivery of this message is as if this is objective science. And as I say, you're a young man, you hear all this scientific jargon with diagrams, arrows, ratio charts, face grids, and weird little
See, it's all autistic, bro. This is some autistic shit right here.
measurements with names like your canthal tilt, your mandibular plane angle, your bizygomatic width. And so yeah, once you've accepted this religion and the belief that every single detail of your face determines your entire worth as a human, the next step is obvious. Fix it, you ugly prick. Now you're mewing, right? Tongue posture, where your tongue sits in the roof of your mouth. If it's there, it will remodel your skull and make you beautiful. Mewing was invented by this insane guy and is obviously completely rejected by established science.
Really?
There's no evidence that this works for adults or teenagers, but obviously that's what big feminism wants you to think. But whatever. You know, mewing, it's fine.
I don't know about mewing because my understanding of mewing is that you're trying to exert pressure on your upper palate to expand your face, and you can't move bone by just applying pressure with your tongue. You feel me? So that don't make sense. However, for sure, if you go from being a mouth breather to being a nose breather, like you start taping your mouth at night and even taping your mouth during the day to just train yourself to never breathe through your mouth, that will have a positive impact on the way you look in your face, no doubt about that.
Mostly harmless, but then yeah, you do end up getting lads who go and get their faces cut up because some random mod on Discord told them that their maxilla is negatively rotated. And the thing is, man, these people in the forums kind of sound like experts. They have very hyper specific knowledge on surgeries and parts of the face, knowing the names of procedures and where you can get it done, what medicines you need. And it's this the very invasive, forms of surgery, etc., that would be called hard maxing.
By the end of this lecture, you're going to have a completely new understanding of which hard maxing surgeries are actually worth considering and which ones are better left alone.
So hard maxing, right? That is the medical intervention. And in a sense, Alex getting his hair done is arguably a form of hard maxing. It kind of depends on the context, really. If you consider yourself a LooksMaxxer trying to improve your PSL score by 2, what the fuck am I saying? What is my job? And I can't lie, when I was at the Elite Hair Clinic, I didn't think that people looked like LooksMaxxers. Maybe some of them were, but mainly they were in their like 30s to 40s. And I would say a LooksMaxxer is probably someone very young or in their early 20s. And I think this also helps reiterate that this obviously all lies on a spectrum, similar to self-improvement. There are some truths. Obviously, good-looking people probably find life a bit easier, but there is also a ton of bullshit mixed in. And myself, I go to the gym. I try and dress okay when I wanna. I get haircuts. But I guess, in a way, I have also done some hard maxing myself. Like, I got my teeth whitened. I kind of always wanted to get them whitened. I don't know why, I just did. And partly, maybe it was to improve my confidence.
I mean, you should get them straightened. Why are they still crooked?
And also, dare I say, I've even done the Botox, where you try and get rid of wrinkles in your head to keep your skin young as you get older. And I can't lie, if I was balding, I probably would get a hair transplant. And when I saw Alex getting it and him sort of explaining why he wanted it, it kind of made sense, It would make him feel more confident. I get it. If you could afford it, if it's safe, why not? But I do notice, and I do believe that this stuff can really be a slippery slope. You have to have your head in a relatively healthy place. And that is what, in my opinion, a lot of these LooksMaxxers are doing. They are pursuing improving themselves aesthetically in an obsessive, unhealthy manner. They are hinging their entire self-worth on improving their face. That is insane. So yeah, to do my part of the brand deal, link in description. Contractually, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I could slag them off if I want to. So that is my honest opinion on them. So yeah, if you were looking to get a hair transplant, I would thoroughly recommend Elite Hair Clinic. Professional, they're safe, reputable. Drop the links below. And Alex seems to be quite happy that he got it.
Surgery completed. It was great.
In the past, we have seen many, Hollywood actresses and actors, singers as well, who have completely ruined their face pursuing obsessive cosmetic surgery. So really, this isn't a new phenomenon. It has been around a while. But what does seem to be new is the fact that young men, who in the past rarely gave a fuck how they looked, are increasingly getting into this stuff. And
That's so weird, dude. That look, it's just too much. It's trying too hard.
And it was weird, I can't lie, seeing Alex's hair follicles being attached to his skull. But at least it seems safe and professional. These LooksMaxxers are going on Reddit and getting pseudo-scientific advice, just literally inventing shit with no medical evidence, such as bone smashing. Bone smashing, as the name suggests, implies hitting your face with a blunt metal object, like a hammer, in order to create micro fractures in your cheekbones, where supposedly they will heal back together bigger. And it's probably obvious there is zero scientific evidence that this works, but there is evidence.
It's not just like a regular one. They got their name on it. They got to get that embroidered. They got to go to an embroidery company. Excuse me. And they got to buy thousands of those hats. You think you're just getting that for free? Hell no.
that this risks fracturing your face and causing permanent damage.
The face and the facial skeleton is covered with a lot of blood vessels. So if you get a bleed in a particular area, it could cause airway obstruction, suffocation, and blindness.
Wow.
If you hit particular arteries and veins in certain areas, nerve damage.
Hormone maxing, you know, this is taking testosterone, TRT, DHT derivatives, peptides, often without medical supervision, just
like that
buying
makes
it
my heart
online from
skip a
some
beat,
dodgy,
like, man.
unregulated lab abroad. And again, like I keep saying, if you have low testosterone or you're aging or something, there might be a valid reason to take testosterone, but there is no reason for a 14-year-old boy with regular testosterone levels to be taking testosterone, such as Clavicular, who, if you look at his face, have a guess how old he is. That boy's 19.
Yeah, he's gonna look so fucking old, dude. If he keeps going down this road, he looks like he's 27, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's 19 years old. He looks between the ages of like 25 and 27. That's not good at 19. You feel me?
Clavicular, who, if you look at his face, have a guess how old he is. That boy's 19. He was doing testosterone since 14. And for him, why he's particularly a case study is because when he talks about why he's doing this, he says that it's an investment into being better looking because good looking people have better outcomes in their life. He's basically selling young kids like a neoliberal economic ideology, applying it to their faces. For fuck's sake, is there anything capitalism will keep its grubby hands off? He claims that 35 grand he's spent on this shit is a worthwhile financial investment into his future.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck is he doing, bro? Like, this shit seems crazy.
Because it will give him more opportunities. And he openly admits not caring about longevity and his health.
I'm not a huge longevity guy.
And like, I would say probably the most extreme of all this stuff is height maxing, where again, these guys have convinced themselves that women only date 6-foot men, despite the average man being like 5'9" or 5'10". Why?
Right.
Why 6 foot? Well, because they've never spoke to a woman and 6 is a nice round number. So some of these lot have taken to getting on a plane, flying out to Russia, Turkey or Poland to have both of their
I never had no problem with my height. One time I had a problem with my height, and that's when like the girl I was talking to most recently, all of her exes were like 6'4", 6'5" up. All of her exes were like tall. Bro, and we was talking about exes and stuff. It was just a conversation we was having. Hey, tell me about your ex, and I'll tell you about my exes. I don't know why we was talking about stuff like that, but you know, I don't know. It's fun sometimes. Just knowing the history, just knowing what a person's type is, I guess. And obviously, them all being 6'4" up, nigga, and I'm 5'9", 5'10". I'm like, nigga, for about like a week and a half, nigga, I was sitting there like, bro. I'm like, cuz, I ain't gonna lie, cuz. I don't know. But I'm definitely the reason, like, that transpired. I'm the reason why I was upset about that. You feel me? Like, why would you be mad at that person? Cause, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even know where I'm talking about anymore. Let's go.
their femurs broken and then lengthened with metal magnetic rods. Some of these guys stay in the hospitals for 6 months on crutches, and it can take like a year to relearn how to walk, all for an extra 5 centimeters of height. And obviously, I don't need to say it, this surgery is highly controversial, it's widely illegal, and the pain is unimaginable. This surgery, it's gone wrong a bunch of times, leaving people in severe pain. And the most tragic part of all of this is, at the end of the day, users who go on these forums, these discords, in the eyes of their community, they will never.
Whoa. Jesus. That nigga black, bro. This nigga is black, bro. Hold up. Let's bring this back just a little bit.
Is unimaginable. The surgery, it's gone wrong a bunch of times, leaving people in severe pain. And the most tragic part of all of this is
this nigga in the picture looks like this first picture right here Both of these pictures actually, I thought this was just like a Indian guy, I guess. I don't know, Middle Eastern maybe. You feel me? Like just like a dark, racially somewhere over there in the borders of Asia and Africa type of dude. You feel me? But
At the end
then
of the day,
I'm looking up here. This nigga is black. That's crazy.
users who go on these forums, these discords, in the eyes of their community, they will never be enough.
How long do you think it'll be before you're maxed? Do you think that's like a destination or is it a process?
I think it's more of a destination. There's really no end to it, like, because you can get overly obsessive and like there's the whole never enough type of deal. I don't think that would ever be problematic for me because I'm very like logical with, you know, risk versus reward in terms of like the hard maxing and stuff.
Bro, look at Nick, bro. He keeps checking him out the whole time. He's just like looking him up and down the whole time like a piece of meat.
How long do you think it'll be before you're maxed? Do you think that's like a destination or is it a process?
I think it's more of a destination. There's really no end to it, like, because you can get overly obsessive and like there's the whole never enough type of deal. I don't think that would ever be problematic for me because I'm very like logical with, you know, risk versus reward in terms of like the hard maxing and stuff like that. I'll be like, okay, I'm at a place where I don't really need to do this shit anymore.
The entire thing is just an obsession with their perception from other people. And it's ironic because if you're meant to be the Giga Chad tough guy, the whole point is you shouldn't care about what other people think of you. What masculine demoralization is the continuous denying of masculinity for other men. So if you're on one of these discords, right, and you rate someone's PSL as subhuman, you are saying to them that that man is unattractive to women, and being unattractive to women will make you a virgin for the rest of your life. And if you're a virgin for the rest of your life, you're not a real man. And that's like the darker psychology of this, right? Is that in a weird way, these people on these forums who are dishing out abuse, and my God, if you see some of the comments, it really is abusive, the shit they say to each other. The person dishing out the abuse feels some kind of power because they position themselves as the arbiter of what is masculine. By simply calling someone a subhuman, they're able to deny someone else's masculinity. And then if you dish out some advice, what they should do to improve their face, you feel a little power trip because you're making them conform to what you think they should do. Often users of these forums talk about how negative it is on their mental health, but they get addicted to these forums, spending hours and hours every day, despite the irony that the whole point is so that young men can quote unquote ascend and raise themselves up as men to have better lives, be healthier, make more money, meet women, etc. In reality,
not gonna lie though, the more you look good though, the more you look good, the more that stuff comes to you. I wouldn't say take it to an extreme to where you're like, you look crazy. You look crazy as hell, but when you have a constant goal to look great, I don't know. I'll say chase confidence. Chase confidence within your life type shit. Whatever will make you confident, whatever makes you insecure, chase to make a change to what's making you insecure. Bro. And like all of the stuff that he just listed, the women, the money, the opportunities, it will all come. It will. It'll all come with that. If you feel insecure about your weight, man, do your absolute hardest to try to lose it on, bro. And everything that you desire that you just can't change naturally by changing your habits will come along with you changing the stuff that you can't control. No bullshit.
these forums only really have a negative effect on the users. At the very extreme end, it pushes users to do self-harm, whether it's things like bone smashing or literally using the euphemism to rope, which means that if someone is so ugly and they have no hope in life, that they should use a rope. You know, you can figure out what that means. Ultimately, that's the thing, right? This ideology doesn't want you to feel better. It wants to put you on a treadmill, trying to grasp at what anti-feminoid 14 thinks is beautiful. And it might all sound confusing. You might be like, why do they put themselves through this? But that right there touches on the deeper psychological trap that gets people addicted to this, which is the need for control.
Yeah, I feel like Jimmy.
What to do, ma?
What?
I'm back up. Sleep, good sleep. Bro.
Bro.
Bruh.
That's the. It's a little slow out there Ubering.
Is it?
Yeah. Can't even pee.
Your dog dookied all over the floor.
On what floor?
Over here, but I picked it up.
Why did you shit? You still out, huh?
I told him go in his cage. He was sitting in there, using there for like an hour and a half.
Where the shit at? In the garbage can?
Yeah, I was about to take it out once I was done with it.
Because this stink real bad.
You can smell it.
Mm-hmm. If I put them ribs on, you'll watch them?
Yeah, I'll watch them.
Okay.
He hit the nail on the head. Ultimately, this is just people trying to control outcomes in their lives. They feel like they lack control. And so this is one aspect of their life where they do have a large amount of control. And they're buying into the idea that if they just acquire a certain level of attractiveness, then that will determine the outcomes in their lives, right? Again, people are afraid of their lives going a certain type of way, and so they try to control the things, the levers that they believe will influence those outcomes, right? Again, we try to control that which we are afraid of. I think looks are important personally. However, I think that LooksMaxxers are looking at this shit backwards. LooksMaxxers are looking at this shit through a materialistic lens, whereas I try to look at everything I can through a spiritual lens. And so I believe that your looks are an outward manifestation of where you are energetically. And so if you are improving upon yourself mentally, I believe a natural subsequent outcome of that will be you start to look better externally. Let's just take a look at a person who gets addicted to drugs, right? A person who gets addicted to drugs, their mental state starts to degrade and fall apart. What do you see going along with that? How they look, their skin, their hair, their weight, their teeth, all of that shit starts to fall apart as well. I believe that looks are important and that looks are a signal of your state internally. And it's not just looks, you know. I think the state of your relationships, romantic and platonic, the state of your career, the amount of status that you have, your rapport in the community, how you look, your health, all of these things are reflections of where you are internally. And so it's from that point of view that I think looks matter. I don't believe in obsessing over looks as if the looks in of themselves will yield you better results in life, but rather it should be like a positive feedback loop. You're improving upon yourself mentally and spiritually. The physical will reflect that. You will start to look better. You start to look better. You feel more confident and better about yourself, thus encouraging even better and more better feelings internally, which then manifests itself again outwardly. This is what I think we see when you see a person becoming rich and famous and they also start to become more attractive. I don't think it's simply they have money now, and so they're buying more expensive skincare products and can afford to dress better. I don't think it's that simple. I think what you're seeing is a positive feedback loop happening. The most important thing is how you feel. And that's why I said, deal with your testosterone levels. Get your testosterone levels high. But if you are going to approach that,
I know that seemed like a real cool message. That seemed like a fire message that he's giving out. And I don't want to spoil the rest of his video by making y'all watch it through my video. You feel me? So I encourage y'all to go watch the rest of the Young Don Reacts video. The Dark Psychology of LooksMaxxing. Go watch it, man. No cap. We go leave a like. Go leave a like. And yeah. I'm gonna tag the video in the description. So yeah. Peace out.
You just gotta play your part. You can't buy a love like yours at a fucking Walmart. Baby girl, I will protect you like I'm fucking Paul Blart. If you try to leave me, I'm gonna crash like a go-kart. All I ever wanted in my whole life was your heart. I can't even tell you where I'm at.